this afternoon, we are doing a concept of the launch of the midterm review of the NRM government. We have citizens, a spectrum of citizens, representing different groups of citizens to put questions, to put observations, to give accolades. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I'd like to welcome the Executive Director of the NGO Forum. Richard, you're welcome to do a quick overview of the Citizens Manifesto and welcome remarks.
Honorable Minister in charge of Economic Monitoring, the Chairperson of the Uganda Governance Monitoring Platform, my colleagues from civil society and other sectors of society, thank you very much for coming this afternoon for this event. The second monitoring or audit of the national resistance movement, which is the ruling party. Last year we did an audit, and this year we are doing an audit. And as all of you may know, the Citizen Manifesto was a large-scale nationwide consultation that reached up to 6 million people all over this country, and asked them what they think would be the issues they would like their leaders to take forward as part of the 2011 campaigns. So the Citizen Manifesto process in many ways has been a process of engaging with leadership, of making sure that the political party manifestos, and in this case the political party manifesto for the ruling party, is carefully followed up and we can critically analyze and understand. There are many other things that we will be doing beyond this monitoring and audit process, which include things like the parliamentary watch, conversations between leaders and citizens, different forums, but all those things are meant to make sure that there is a process of political accountability that allows citizens and leaders to interact on issues which they promise. But the ruling party is making some progress on some issues. About 17 of the commitments that are related to the Citizen Manifesto, there is progress. We see stagnation for about 24 and regression for about 9. The idea for us is that when we launch this report, it should then be used by different people to discuss and see what progress has been made. But we also know that as citizens we have responsibilities that we have to also fulfill if our leaders have to do something. Because the reason why there is monetarization of politics sometimes is because there are no people that are focusing on the issues. But when you have issues to discuss, sometimes money becomes second. We thank the WBS and all the other partners that have worked with us on this, and we hope that you find it a fruitful and productive report. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, members of Parliament, party leaders and the members, the media, distinguished guests, fellow citizens, citizen activists, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Uganda Governance Monitoring Platform, I would like to welcome you to this afternoon discussion of how the NRM government has performed since the last elections. This is, as you all know, based on the demands of the citizens as expressed in the Citizen Manifesto, but more seriously, it is also based on the NRM party manifesto on which the NRM party came into power. What all this means is that the citizens are fulfilling their duties, they are fulfilling their responsibilities, and are also expressing what belongs to them as a right in the improvement of the quality of politics and also governance. We do also watch what extent they are defending and promoting the interests of the citizens as portrayed in the Citizen Manifesto, to allow the citizens to come out and talk openly without fear or without favor. All the best, ladies and gentlemen.
People have been asking questions on health and mothers particularly. Welcome, Evelyn.
Protocol observed. I'm called Evelyn. I work with Uganda NGO Forum. Yes, we appreciate the government. It has tried to construct health units at various levels. When you look at maternal and child health in particular, you find that very many women continue to die while giving birth. Constructed units have not been equipped, and very many mothers have resorted now to giving birth with the help of traditional birth attendants. And in most cases, those traditional birth attendants are not well trained and adequately equipped in terms of skills to attend to such mothers that give birth. So in that case, in my own opinion, I feel, yes, there has been something that government has tried to do, but government has not done enough to ensure that at least all women benefit from its program.
Patrick, the teacher's voice.
Allow me to observe protocol. I work for the coalition of Uganda Private Schools Association. We acknowledge, first of all, that teachers offered what they thought and what they still think is the way to go in terms of what they want to realize, to be aligned with the NRM Manifesto. And to do with education, it captures wrongly the pupil-teacher ratio and the pupil-classroom ratio at 61.5. But truth be told, there are too many pupils packed in the classroom. So to us, when we presented our issues in the manifesto, we had 5 to 6 issues. The first one, improved welfare in terms of remuneration. We had improved conditions of service in terms of how the teacher works. We had an issue of improving the infrastructure. We also had an issue of interesting the teacher to teach efficiently. I should say we are not yet where we want to go. Let the government realize that the act has not yet been respected, and this is the reason that both parents, teachers, communities, also the people should join this discussion and make sure that the government is 100% under check. I want to thank you.
The youth has been an interesting thing. In all monies put in that sector, have those monies impacted on
Justice Mayambala, I'm going to talk about the issue that affects young people in Uganda the most, that is unemployment. We wanted the government to allocate a certain amount of money to young people in Uganda to be able to create their own jobs. And whenever we talk about the youth fund, we are not talking about giving young people free money. The money had to be paid back by the youth. The money was passed by the Parliament of Uganda, but up to right now, we don't know where the money has gone. It is through education that people get to have the skills that they use in their employment, or even to look for jobs, or even create jobs themselves. But the education in Uganda, the education system in Uganda is a typical sellout. We spend more time being taught about things that are not concerning us, things like Central and Seaway, Canadian Bridges, yet things that are going to help us as Ugandans are not being articulated. And if the government does not stand up as soon as possible to address these issues, we young people are not going to sit down. We are going to rise up. We are going to overpower the government, and we shall bring in a government that will be able to listen to the youth in Uganda.
Geoffrey.
The Minister present and all protocol observed. My name is Geoffrey, as stated, and I'm going to emphasize issues that are happening in northern Uganda, but not forgetting that northern Uganda is part and parcel of Uganda as a whole. From our side, issues of road, there's already construction going on between Guru Nimule Road, and we believe that if that is done, then we shall be able to have trade going well. The other one is that for those who have not been in Guru recently, they are upgrading the airfield. I don't know to what level. Maybe the minister will be able to talk about it. And then when we look at Health Center 2, coverage is okay, but the problem is functionality in terms of drug stock out.
We, the people of West Nile, demanded that our health facilities should be well stocked with the required medicines and the equipment, and also with the required staffing in the health facilities. Last week, my uncle was admitted in a corridor where there was no power. I even almost stepped on him because I could not see him. Some of our health facilities are now using coping mechanisms. They are rationing drugs. If it means picking one team today and it is over, it is over.
I'm Sadio Abubakar, Secretary General from Nuero. I participated in generating ideas and issues by the people in Uganda. They questioned the use of CDF money, the monies that we were getting as members of parliament. People in Uganda were not seeing how we were using it, and so they recommended that it should be either restructured or scrapped, because the members of parliament then were not accounting in the parliament, even to the constituencies. They demanded that they wanted back their things. Yeah. I'm glad that the government and our Kabaka has signed an agreement with the president, so we are yet to see the operationalization.
Once again, I'm Kiprotek George from Kapchora Civil Society Organization Alliance. One of the key issues that the NRM government has done to the people of Sabey is that the academic promotion of the sports. And therefore, in doing that, the government is planning to build a high altitude training camp. The government also fought FGM. The law is there that by FGM. Therefore, our girls are going to school.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have Betty Olive Kamia, the president of Uganda Federal Alliance. Welcome, Betty.
I did not bother, or I have not bothered myself, I'm sorry, to perform an appraisal of the performance of the NRM. Because normally, in my understanding, when employers or funders perform an appraisal, it is usually for two reasons. Either to renew the contract or to terminate the contract based on the performance. So in my mind I was asking, so if they have not performed according to our expectations, are we able to terminate the contract of NRM even if we wanted to? The president appoints the vice president, the prime minister, the ministers, chief justice, judges, ambassadors, leadership of the army, police and prisons, including promotion, the Electoral Commission, Bank of Uganda, Revenue Authority, the permanent secretaries, COWS, RDC, NEMA, NARO, Planning Authority, National Water, Electricity, Auditor General, IGG, the Solicitor General, KCCA, oil sector. So the president of Uganda is an extremely powerful and influential person. I find that. Honorable member, did you go back to parliament? No, I didn't. So what are you doing? No, I didn't. But was I helped me? I'm now the chairman of this. Was I helped me? I'm not the RDC. They are the decision makers in this country. And all of them are either members of NRM who lost in the primaries or who lost in the national elections. They are the ones sitting in these positions. I don't think you can defeat this person. You can, even if it is better than I'm not the president of Uganda, and you bestow on me the responsibility of appointing the chairman of the Electoral Commission, the Inspector General of the Police, the Chief Justice and all the judges, and the Governor of Bank of Uganda, and the Minister of Finance, and the Secretary of the Treasury. I don't have to be president. You cannot beat me in an election. It is useless to do an evaluation unless you deal with the question of whether you can actually punish the wrongdoer. Thank you very much.
I hear from Gerald.
My name is Gerald Siranda. I'm the president of the Ugandan Democrats. I'm here representing the president of the Democratic Party. For us as a party, we believe in truth and justice. We believe in accountability and good leadership. Therefore, our evaluation bases on democratization and national unity. For you to assess something, then you must know whether there is a will. Is there a will that a person that you are assessing will accept what you are assessing? You look at national unity. This nation is divided. A national event, you see Kaigura, you see Babesaija, you see Aronda, you see the president. Is that national unity that you're talking about? You're looking at people that are now studying masters in oil law. You know, most of them come from a certain area. You don't have point on who is studying this, who is awarding these bursaries. When they come out, they will have all the money. What you will have to do, you will be an askari, if you like it to be askari anyway. If we don't address matters of national unity, matters of democracy, matters of doctrine of power separation, we are wasting time. My political home, is Uganda People's Congress. In our view, I think NRM is squandering citizens' opportunity again. How? One day it's Barnaba Gagawale, even when it is only 10 in your parish, okay, being picked. How can wealth for 10 become wealth for all? Which school did you go to? Those kind of lies. Really were fed up. So it has been a time for us to make our country a very strong country at home, peaceful and respected. Strong because we must be united, democratic and prosperous. Are we those three? And therefore we must be consistent about East African economic integration, not marginalizing other countries and trying to create like-minded. What are you talking about? Is there been East Africa without Tanzania? You're joking. So let me come down to the economy. NRM is different from UPC. For them, they see economic growth. Growth is growth. They don't care the quality of growth. The economy must grow, even when it grows from a few pockets. The UPC would like growth which is broad-based. Wait, NRM sees poverty as an indicator. UPC sees as no, it's not an indicator. It's the real life conditions that people are living in. So therefore, you must invest where Ugandans are. And therefore, they all grow out of poverty. And then that aggregate growth becomes the national economic growth.
Ugandans chose the manifesto of the NRM. We think they did the right choice. We had 4 core issues in that election. One was peace, security and stability. Our other issue was infrastructural projects, energy, roads, waterways, ICTs, school construction and health centers. All those are going on. And so we consider that Uganda is work in progress. Our third pillar was socio-economic transformation by creating an enabling environment for the private sector to thrive. We think we have continued to invest to attract local and foreign investors. I just want to report to you, just this last quarter, Uganda attracted 98 foreign investors of different sizes and were able to create 2,300 plus jobs. There was a release by UNA about 3 days ago. The fourth area of the NRM was regional cooperation, regional integration, so that we are at peace with neighbors, with Africa, and we meet our international obligations. 3 questions were raised to me. I agree with Honorable Lusa Jok, Northern Uganda is bigger than what is being meant to be. There's duplication. Government is paying adequate attention to building synergies on resource application. Kasura says security. I said there is criminal insecurity. Maybe people are wrongling over business or property, yes. But we think the police and security services are on top of, we'll get to that. Finally, somebody talks about infrastructure and welfare. The NRM put up a manifesto. There were 8 others, including the Citizen Manifesto. We said clearly we shall not attain. Our priority will not be, and I'm repeating it, will not be welfare or public sector workers. Our priority will be in infrastructure.
Officially to launch the report will be Honorable Banyazaki.
And thank you, Mr. Moderator. And thank you all for coming for this launch. The Citizens Expenditure Audit of the NRM government was first up. And I thank those who have spoken, and a big thanks to the NGO Forum, and a very big thanks to the WPS who are televising this debate live, and all of you and all the those citizens of Uganda watching this event. That this kind of event, we will come it in the government. I personally, holding the portfolio of economic monitoring, this is very useful to me. And the government is committed to work with civil society organizations. When I see the citizens monitoring what we are doing in the government, we are your servants. The manifesto of the NRM was presented with the manifesto of all others, but you chose the manifesto of the NRM. We therefore have a commitment to serve you, and we are answering to you. So when you do an assessment on what we are doing, this is very good. So we shall work together with you. And where you have challenges, we shall create the enabling environment for you to do this. This calls for funding. It's your money. So if it is so necessary that you need funds to do this, that we in the government will do this with this, to see whether we are delivering to the promises that we made, yes, we shall do it. I'm very happy and I'm very pleased that you, the citizens, have given a stamp of approval in what the government has done. So thank you very much. I take this opportunity and pleasure to launch this NRM, this citizens midterm audit, which is asking, is the NRM government on track to attainment of its 2011 elections commitment? I'm very happy you have given NRM 82%. Thank you very much. We shall do more. The next assessment, we shall get 100%. Thank you.
Thank you very much, viewers watching us from everywhere you're watching us from. Thank you very much, NGO Forum and the Uganda Governance Monitoring Program. Ladies and gentlemen.